All right, everybody. So there's a very large list of weird things that Riot has done this year. The newest addition to this list is on November 20th, we're phasing out summoner names and shifting exclusively to Riot IDs. What did they mean by this? What is happening? What are the rules? What is going on here? These are all things that this video will go over. As always, as you watch this video, I will go over their post and I will list my concerns with what is happening here. You guys need not watch in particular, but as always, may use this as a podcast. I will give you all the information you need, however, and I'm just going to go over their post. I don't have any inside information, I'm sorry. We're committed to making this transition smooth and keeping you connected to your gaming identity. That's right, everybody. Your summoner name is becoming trans, and soon it will be a real Riot ID. What did I mean by this? Well, let's look at how this will work. Now, of course, the community's reaction to this is a fairly unified, what? So, what? What is happening? Well, let's look into it. Transitioning from summoner names to Riot IDs. You thought I was making a funny trans joke, but actually that's what they titled the post. We are all becoming trans now. On November 20th, 2023, we'll be phasing out the usage of summoner names and moving all players exclusively to Riot IDs to create a more unified experience across all of our games. We understand there may be some mixed emotions. Why, in fact, might there be some mixed emotions? I would assume that we would all love this change. I hate having unique names and changing my name. And, you know, if I don't have one name across every single Riot game, I would be miserable. I would hate to have my name be different across different games. But some people might be annoyed by this change. I understand there may be some mixed emotions regarding these changes. Whether you've been here for 14 years or 14 minutes, in-game names are an important part of how you experience a game. Our goal is to make this change as seamless as possible and help you feel as connected to your Riot ID as you do your summoner name. I unfortunately don't feel connected to my Riot ID at all. See, I, like many people, made my Riot ID when you could not make your Riot ID the same as your summoner name. My Riot ID is Hashinshin Leet, L-E-E-T. That's right, all one word, Hashinshin Leet. Why? Because that you couldn't make it the same name, so I couldn't make it Hashinshin, so I just said, well, I can make it Hashinshin 1, Hashinshin 2. I just, as a joke, made it Hashinshin Leet. Soon I will be known as Hashinshin Leet, seeing as I can't make my summoner name the same as my Riot ID. I, like many other people, never suspected that my Riot ID might be visible to the public. I do not feel very connected to Hashinshin Leet, and yet here we are. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Hopefully they give us a real reason for why this is happening and not some really weird, convoluted roller coaster story that really has nothing to do with anything about this. So why is this happening? The lore of Runeterra, League of Legends, and Summoner's Rift has changed over the years. That's why I like to know why my account name is changing. My account name is changing because actually, in the League of Legends lore, in the beginning, players were summoners who brought their original roster of champions to the Rift. Eventually, this became limiting to the world and the characters within it. So in 2014, the focus shifted to the champions themselves rather than all-powerful summoners. Thank you, Riot, for going over the 2014 lore change from 9 years ago. Surely this lore change from 9 years ago is very relevant to what's happening right now. The word summoner still shows up in a few places, like the odd voice line, the occasional reference, and most notably the name of the Rift. But when it comes to players, summoner name doesn't sync with the lore and hasn't for a while. This update is designed to better match our current world of League of Legends, create more fluidity between our titles, and streamline the way names work from a technical perspective. Wow, what a great story, Riot. Great, awesome, interesting. What if we just changed it to player name then? What if we just changed summoner name to player name? Wouldn't that solve all this issue? It seems your problem here is with the summoner name. Perhaps it might appear to me that you are trying to be really weird to the player base and doing a change for a very weird reason that nobody really understands. And it does appear to me that you're trying to hide this change by randomly going over lore changes from 2014. Once again, I want to remind everybody, those of you who might not remember this, those of you who might be old, 2014 was 9 years ago. So it does seem weird to me and to many other people that we are now 9 years later using this as an excuse to take away summoners' names and to put us all on Riot IDs. Now, to be clear to a lot of people, when Riot IDs were made, your Riot ID could not be the same as your summoner name. So obviously they are different. Will there be a mad grab? Will people lose their potential name because now thousands of people will be trying to take my name Hashinshin, which I suspect will be happening. That I suspect will be a thing. And will this be fun? No, I suspect it won't be fun. But, you know, I don't even understand any of this because they actually just used the lore from 2014 to justify this, which leads me to believe that they don't really have a justification for this. And this is some weird power grabby change that maybe, like, I don't understand and you don't understand, but all of us together, we can come together and say, this is weird, and there very much seems to be a malicious intent behind this. Do I need to do anything? Nope. You don't have to take any action for this update. If you've played a Riot game before, you have a Riot ID. If you aren't sure what your Riot ID is, there's a few ways to check. Log into your account via account.riotgames.com, and your Riot ID should be listed at the top. This is also where you can change your Riot ID as well. It's good for me and for other people because obviously I'm so connected to my Riot ID. We are all so very connected to this Riot ID that we don't even remember what it is. That's how you know you remember something. Much like my best friend, whose name I don't remember, and my wife of 20 years, whose name I don't remember, this Riot ID is another thing that I don't remember, thereby being very near, dear, and close to me. To check your Riot ID through League of Legends, log into the game and hover over your profile picture at the top right. You'll then see your Riot ID. Thank you. Much like having to relearn my girlfriend of 3 years' name, I will have to remember my Riot ID name, as it is very... I will keep making this joke. Riot CJ Hamster. He's a great guy, that CJ Hamster. Going forward with Riot ID. As part of this change, we're also updating how often you may change your Riot ID for free. Once we swap over to Riot ID, every player will receive a free name change every 365 days. If players want to change their names more often than that, there will be a fee attached, similar to the current summoner name system. There are a few ways we decided on this system and want to explain them here. As the primary name of the player, how you choose to identify yourself in the game should have a bit of weight to it. In addition, it can be hard to track a larger friends list with the constant name changes, and no one likes to lose track of that Sky main with crisp comms and clutch heals. I don't even know what a Sky is, and are they just saying you're trying to stalk a girl? Because this kind of sounds like they're saying you're trying to stalk some girl. No one likes to lose track of that Sky main with crisp comms and clutch heals. It kind of sounds bizarrely creepy when you phrase it like that. I don't really know why they phrased it like that. This is making it sound weird. Did somebody lose track of their e-girlfriend who changed her name? And now you're very mad at Riot because you lost your e-girl or something? I don't know. Why did they say it like this? Okay. With Riot ID becoming the standard across all our titles, the ability to change your name for free every 30 days just isn't something we can do from a technical and business perspective. The 365-day cooldown is aimed at striking a balance that both encompasses the majority of name changes by players, while also providing an options for players who want to change their names more often than that. Wow, you can change your name now? Can I do it as easily as putting in some blue essence and getting a name change? Could I do that right? Can I put in some blue essence and get my name changed? As part of this change, we'll have a free name change available. Wow, you keep saying about this free name change. Thank you. That's like the 9th time. I obviously have ADHD and I can't remember things past 5 seconds. So telling me in this sentence, then also telling me in the very next sentence is good for me. Okay? Hashinshin liked to say his name often, or else he forget. As part of this change, we'll have a free name change available for all players immediately after the shift happens on November 20th. If players want to purchase an additional name change, you'll be able to do so on the accounts page, and it will cost the equivalent of approximately 10 USD in-game currency. Wow, that's incredible. I mean, obviously, we couldn't use the blue essence, so no more blue essence. Cool, fine. That's fine. On November 20th, the only in-game currencies that will be supported are Riot Points and Legends of Runeterra coins. That is crazy. So the way to change your name for the in-game currency is gone. Wow, who could have seen that coming? The tech teams and our other titles are working on pathing that will allow for name changes to be purchased using Valorant points, Wild Rift cores, and TFT coins in the future. That's insane that they have 5 different currencies. How much money do you think Riot gets from nickel and diming people and having those 50 to 100 points remaining on their accounts? You really as a company went full scummy with this, huh? Even though they're used in the same goddamn game, I guess TFT needed to have a different system and different. Oh my god. Okay. As we know, this isn't ideal for players, and we will have a couple more free name changes in the coming months to ease a transition to Riot ID. Our social channels will have updates when these free name changes resets will happen, and when these other currencies will come online. For more information, you can visit our customer support. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. We have a free name change available for all players immediately after the shift happens. That is wonderful. I cannot wait to have to rush to get the Hashinshin name. I'm sure you all can't wait to rush to get your favorite summoner name. Sorry, it's not summoner name now, it's Riot ID. Because changing summoner name to just player name or champion name or in-game name or nickname or what did they call it here? Tagline. I'm sure all that would... Okay. So that's it. Cool. That's this entire event happening. Thank you all. Thank you all for helping. For me, I'm transitioning from a summoner name to a Riot ID. Please help. Please send help. Why is Riot doing this?